A critique of Marcos and the media. Platitudes, but what else again? By Jello Gonzalez from The Rappler shows the state of the media with its relationship to the current president of the Philippines, President Marcos Jr. The Center for Media Freedom and Responsibility states that the government is amicable towards the press and less openly hostile, unlike his predecessor, Rodrigo Duterte, and yet power is not directly yielded by his hand through physical actions, but more so felt by virtual ones. An example of this would be how propaganda online has made its rounds throughout the 2022 election, in which Marcos claims to be the victim. It's hard to see how far his campaign against the media will go while he promotes for transparency, despite red tagging and restrictions being put into place against the media.
The entire Philippines is captivated by the potential actions and leadership of President Ferdinand Marcos' son, with diverse perspective on Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s capabilities and his potential impact on the country. Amidst various opinions, I've distilled key points from the discussions, aiming to shed light on the reality. Okay, let's get to it. Considering the mixed legacy of Ferdinand Marcos Sr.'s presidency, marked by both successes and failures, critics of his son draw upon valid evidence and historical research to question his suitability. Media outlets dedicating themselves to exploring the history and accomplishments of Ferdinand Marcos Jr., there are no doubt contribute to shaping public opinions, leveraging the rapid influence of social media. These outlets often highlight Marcos Jr.'s statements, applying pressure for more information, particularly regarding his stance on freedom. The scrutiny of his administration is inevitable given the potential for significant governmental and national changes. Upon analyzing these key elements, guys, what are your thoughts on this matter?
The Marcos Jr. administration faces potential weaknesses in its approach to journalism and press freedom, particularly in the areas of transparency and openness. A perceived lack of active engagement with the media and timely provision of accurate information may erode trust in both the government and the press. Another vulnerability lies in the administration's response to criticism or dissenting voices. If met with hostility rather than constructive dialogue, it may discourage investigative reporting and hinder the free exchange of ideas. Additionally, any attempts to control or restrict the media, whether through legal measures or informal pressure, could be viewed as a threat to the fundamental principle of a free press. The administration's use of legal measures such as restricted defamation or national security laws may be critiqued for infringing on journalistic freedom. Furthermore, if there is evidence of undue influence on media outlets favoring pro-administration narratives at the expense of diverse perspective, it could undermine the pluralism essential for a healthy democratic discourse. The specific weaknesses would be contingent on the concrete actions and policies of Marcos' administration, necessitating an examination of current media landscape.
On that final note, despite the fact that Marcos Jr. is not taking the same method the way his father did when he was president, there are still similarities towards the way they have approached the media in terms of censorship. Despite fewer entities of the government harassing news reporters and the media, there are still stories of red tagging as well as fake news being spread around with the use of social media. While it's hard to tell how far this will go throughout the rest of his presidency, there are a couple ongoing legal cases as well as journalist killings that have yet to seek justice, on top of different gray areas such as vloggers on reporting the news being pushed for accreditation. The realizations that can come about from this report from the Rappler gives us more idea towards what we should and shouldn't believe in terms of our idea towards what the media represents and how the government wants to represent itself. Due to the complicated history that Marcos has with the Philippines, it's hard to say how honest his intentions are considering his heritage as well as the direction he's currently taking the Philippines in. For these reasons, it's important to be aware of how the news portrays itself, him, and how they take action towards such a thing. Addressing the truth to the public to maintain integrity is a public service to all.